Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here with Cat Taxes for Daily D&T. We're currently 3-1 going into our last round. We're facing some salty salt. I'll keep this hand. Let's get paired against Ant, right? Thalia or Ether Sworn Cannon is game one when I'm on the play and have won a die roll. I'd feel pretty good. We don't want to be playing against like Delver and then get like wastelanded and just locked. So we're playing taxes. Our hand is pretty terrible. Opponent says, a big fan. Let's see, which number is this so I can tell them. This is being... Opponent says, sorry, you're going to have to suffer through my bad brew. This is being recorded for Daily D&T 90. So no worries. Alright, we're really not well suited for this fight here. We'll play out Athalia, maybe it'll hamper our opponent a little bit. Wonder what terrible nonsense my opponent is playing if they're calling it a brew. As I say, looking at my core Skyfisher and Aethersworn Cannon is. Is this Port Merfolk? Word. Or is this like D&T featuring Unsettled Mariner? I respect the pump fake. Opponent has my attention now. I am officially intrigued. I'd be pretty okay with drawing land. Haha, named Jite. I don't have that card in my deck. Cool. Okay. So this is neat, right? So I core Skyfisher. I return a Plains to my hand. I redeploy a Plains so that I can play another card. I think I'd rather just get more flyers in the air and then answer this Revoker next turn if I need to. Core Skyfisher, MVP, letting me make my land drop and make better use of my mana. Sorry I sideboarded you out like every match. Opponent chose not to port me. Am I going to source a Plowshares this Revoker so I can just crash in for 2 more damage? I don't really know that I want to do that. Maybe they have a Dismember or something. Who knows? So if I just pass the turn, they'll probably port my port, so I can't port them. So I should actually just make use of my mana. I think that's going to be casting Charming Prince. Charming Prince, of course, Skyfisher can do some cute things, but I think I'm just going to scry. Giver, I think I'll send to the bottom. I will take another source of Plowshares. I don't need it right now. But I'm a little I think opponent should have... Oh, no, sorry. Opponent can't port me because of Tomic. Streamer distraction. Ignore that previous thing. So I don't know, like, exactly what my opponent is doing. Ooh. But if they bounce my Thalia, I can source of Plowshares one of their things. Wouldn't that be cool? I still think I'm, like, not gonna kill this Revoker. I'll let them, like, jump block with it or trade a Charming Prince for it. Yeah, that's fine. So that was a no on bouncing my creatures, eh? Swords of Plowshares or Revoker. Okay. That's fine. Ooh. Okay. Well, now I have a little more direction about what my opponent's doing. Swords of Plowshare is probably going to be pretty sweet. But we could run into some really weird situations. The fact that two of my creatures right now are legendaries is a touch annoying. I bottomed that Giver of Runes. So that doesn't get to bail me out. Sure, Recruiter. I guess Recruiter presumably for a Flicker Wisp? So either my Tomic or Thalia is going to get bounced this turn. Sanctum Prelate. So, friend, you're giving me the chance to cast the Swords of Plowshares, so I think you should have done this in your end step. Because now I Swords that and get my spell back. Awkwardly, that is going to give me my Canonist. And now I'm not going to be able to, like, cast another Source of Plowshares here. Oh, it was a Vendilion click, I see. So not Sanctum Prelate at all. Oh, geez, another Thalia. Okay. So I need to wasteland this now. I need to do it pre-combat so that my opponent can't just, like, Vendilion click, bounce their stuff, and, like, put me into really weird spots. Alright, so that's going down. Then I'll gladly trade Vendilion click for one of these two flyers. And we need to try to force the last couple of bits of damage through. Unfortunately, triple Thalia in my hand is not great. So my opponent's deck is going to be firing on all cylinders now. I hope that I can Skyfish or beat there over the course of 2 turns. But my opponent's Spell Coilers are going. Uh-oh. Don't have land? Good. All right. So I can probably only attack with Core Skyfisher. Well, maybe that's not true. So I need to respect Spell Queller off of Vial, and I know a Sanctum Prelate is there as well. So if I trade Canonist for Prelate, I'm fine. If they put a Spell Queller in and it doesn't counter my Thalia, I'm in... So this attacks for sure. And I probably need to, like, put them in the do you have something situations. Yeah, like, totally fine with this. This puts my opponent to 2. It means they don't have a flyer. Alright, so now I need my opponent to not draw a land. If they draw a land, they can Rashad and Port my Caracas so that I can't Thalia bounce mid-combat, and then they can equip Jitte and go. So I need them to brick on land. Thalia's First Strike is also relevant here, in addition to just everything else. Yeah. Okay, for how stuck my opponent was on mana, that game ended up being way closer than I expected it to be. So we are playing a pseudo Death and Taxes Mirror. So these are the cards that I'm going to be looking at, although probably not 3 Path to Exiles. That would be so many. Alright, Canonists I actively don't want. Thalias I probably don't want, though may end up leaving a couple in the deck. Tomics are whatever, but probably good enough to stay in. This would leave me at 61, so I can just play 2 Path to Exiles instead. I think I am okay with this. Also, respect for my opponent for trying to make something interesting work. I've messed around with a lot of D&T decks that have like Vendilion Click and Venser and Spell Queller in them, and I've never really felt good about them. They just didn't really feel more consistent than regular D&T. I didn't feel like the upside was high enough for me to want to be messing around with them. So we have 25 creatures, a ton of utility. Oh, so just thinking aloud to myself. So I'm leaving 4 legendary creatures in the deck, 2 Anafenzas, 2 Tomics. Tomic is definitely something that I'd want to leave in. Anafenza is kind of whatever. Like, growing some bodies big can be another way to, like, fight against Jete. So, like, I guess that's fine. Keep. I want more mana out of this hand. I'm going to get Giver into Charming Prince Scry into, like, maybe mid to late game Palace Jailer to try to take things over. This is borderline. It's much better if my opponent doesn't lead on Bile, so I'm happy about that. I have the Wasteland Path to Exile combo going on. Little mana denial, little mana giving. Stoneforge for Jete. That's not actually super scary right now as long as I have the Giver on board. I've also, like, drawing Tomic there is also pretty good because it's going to keep me from just getting Wastelanded. Please don't true name me. I am not equipped to beat that. So this smells like a spell queller to me. It could just also be putting in Jete. So I definitely think I want to cast this. Good size pause again makes me think spell queller. But I have that covered as of right now. So I think I'm just going to cast a Charming Prince and Scry. Well, actually, maybe I should just leave up Path to Exile. With Palace Jailer potentially allowing me to take over the game if I draw a land. I'll play this one conservatively. Okay. That's fine. I'll go so far as to say that's okay. That is good. But it's fine. That's bad. And that makes me very happy that I have Path to Exile available. We're actually almost hoping that they have the 4th land and just go all in. Okay. I think I want to go ahead and attempt to Path to Exile this Stoneforge Mystic. Prompt an action from a Spell Queller or a Stoneforge activation. Missing that land is a little annoying. So this means that cast Jitte, equip Jitte, get in there with Jitte is a thing that I'm going to need to worry about. Avenger is something that can live through that. In future turns, I can, like, Tomic bounce to invalidate that. But I think I just need to, like, try and guarantee that I hit lands for Jailer. I tapped wrong for that. That should have been leaving Caracas up very clearly. Oh, please don't play another creature. Okay. Alright. I needed land for Jailer there. Alright. So I can keep more counters from hitting the board. Alright, I need land. Those aren't lands. Tomic goes to the bottom. Council's Judgment is pretty good, though. I will keep that. That can go on top. My opponent having Caracas and me not quite being able to answer it is also a problem. And that also is a very good play. So gladly throw this in front of the bus, keep my life total high. So I'm going to cast Council's Judgment, exile the Jitte. I think I need... Vial on 2 versus trying to, like, work towards Jailer is something that's tricky right now. So I think Jailer is the way that I take over this game. But I'm so tight on mana that I really need to be dumping these things in play. I think I'm literally dead to another Spell Queller. Yeah, so I can put in this. My opponent will just bounce it. All right. GG. We'll go to a game 3. Do I want bonus removal spells? Like I can board in one more path? No, I think I'm okay the way I am. My hand is unexciting. I am going to keep it. Leonin Arbiter on the play seems totally fine. Like, shutting off Stoneforge Mystic is a major part of their deck. And if I can draw something relevant to do for turn 3, other than just Charming Prince, I'll feel pretty good about slamming Palace Jailer on a board and trying to use it to take over the game. Hoping my opponent doesn't lead on Vial. Rats. Vial makes the Jailer plan far less safe. I officially got the wow from the opponent. You're not the only one on a brew. Revoker, for example, as a draw, would be super, super clutch. Like Revoker or Council's Judgment. Be super happy to see those. Opponent says, did not expect to be playing Modern. My opponent loves it. We're just going to scry here rather than go on a mana denial plan. I'm going to bottom those. I just kind of feel like I really want something to answer this file. Or otherwise something that answers stuff that's on the board. Like I think cards like Swords to Plowshares are just going to be so valuable right now. Or Flyers. Feels kind of like opponent has like a Stoneforge Mystic here. They're going to go like Stoneforge Mystic, pay 2, put Stoneforge Mystic in. That's my read on this situation. So accordingly, I'm going to attack in. So we're going to Charming Prince and blink my Charming Prince. Give me the sort of like the greatest degree of options here. And also like untap one of my creatures. You would like to Swords the Plowshares my Leonin Arbiter. Do I want to Wasteland you in response to that? I don't think I do. Right, you have a Stoneforge Mystic. You're gonna need a Batterskull. Because of that, I'm actually more incentivized to just like nug this and try to keep that Batterskull stranded. If I don't Wasteland and my opponent like produces another body with the Stoneforge in addition to whatever they do with the Vial, I'm just worried about them going wide of me. Drawing the second Jailer is just so awkward. So let's scry. So this just cost me 2 mana. That's fine. I will take the Swords to Plowshares. Awkwardly, that means I might get Wastelanded. Do I want to trade 2 bodies for this? I kind of want to trade 2 bodies for this. Swords to Plowshares a creature away. Draw land, Palace Jailer, win. These Charming Princes are expendable. Changing the order on which Charming Prince to kill first. I can respect that. No, we can get totally savaged by Spellskite if that's some tech that my opponent is playing. Alright, give me that land. Give me that land. Oh, that's so disappointing. Now my opponent's just gonna like put in a Jitte that they also have and take over this game. That's okay. That is less okay. I mean, at least it isn't Jitte. Sword of Fire and Ice is very, very beatable here. Alright, do you have Spell Queller? Alright, this one's probably close to over now. I can still take it over with Palace Jailer. But life is not good. Missing on the land drops stung a lot. My opponent still has 5 cards to work with, so it's very likely. Yeah, there we go. That if they just Wasteland the Horizon Canopy, I'll just get aggroed out and die. Alright. GG. I mean, we knew going into this that I wouldn't be well suited for the mirror without like a Stunforged Mystic package, so kind of no surprises there. But we did okay. I'll see you next week, and once again, thank you to needleonfaithless for supporting this week of Daily D&T. If you're enjoying the content, please consider supporting me in the future. Information's in the description. Cheers, have a good week.